Everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. Pretty much the night after SummerSlam, which SummerSlam wasn't really all that great to begin with anyways. After you see my review, I ripped it to shreds of how shitty the pay-per-view was, except for really one great match. And, two other good ones, but there was only really one great match of the night that stole the whole show. But we were back in Brooklyn for the third night. And, unfortunately, Finn Balor got hurt. And he has to give up the Universal Championship tonight. Mick Foley and Stephanie were out there as they addressed it because Balor was on Good Morning America, I guess that morning, which I probably didn't watch anyways. He got an MRI and, they said some tear ligaments or something in his arm and stuff. So Finn Balor had to relinquish the title because of his shoulder. And we have to remember, folks, Seth Rollins threw him into a barricade doing his buckle bomb, and he dislocated his shoulder, but was able to pop it back in. People chanted Finn, and you deserve it, but, I saw a sign that said, red belt sucks. And, I'm going to get to that topic in a minute as soon as I finish off with Finn. Finn said he thanked WWE for the opportunity. He thanked Seth Rollins having the match of his life. He thanked the fans. Fans, thanked him. He shook Stephanie and Mick Foley's hand. And fans didn't want Balor to go, and they didn't want to relinquish the title, but Foley held the belt, and he held Finn Balor's hand up. Finn Balor will be gone for a while. I don't know. I heard it's 6 months, and it's a shame because Finn Balor just got to the roster, and he just won the title. But it's sad, and this is not kind of coming to Seth Rollins, and I'm kind of going back to what Bret Hart says now. Is Seth Rollins too dangerous to work in the ring with? He has hurt John Cena. He hurt Sting that first time to retire. And now he hurt Finn Balor. Pretty much putting him out of commission for the next, I don't know how many months now, with that buckle bomb. Because first he needs Cena. Come on, this guy's almost hurt him. He's hurt himself too, but that was like a freak accident in a way. And as Finn Balor made his way back up the entrance, Seth Rollins came out and smiled at him and glared. He says, what a shame and everything. And, we're welcome the true winner and everything of SummerSlam. And, give me that beautiful belt right now until Sami Zayn came up. And then Chris Jericho. And then Kevin Owens. And then Enzo and Cass. And then Roman Reigns, which he was booed. And they all wanted the title. So, they said it will be a series of matches tonight. And we will crown a title. We will crown a new champion next week. So it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. And there's been arguments over this whole championship belt thing with the Universal. We know the title sucks. That's on WWE. Do the fans have a right to moan and complain about it like they did on Sunday? Yes, they do. And it kind of goes both ways because it's 50-50. On one hand, it does disrespect the wrestlers, okay? It disrespects the wrestlers because they're the ones putting on the match. They're fighting for something that they want. I get that. And, I know people said people shouldn't be saying what chance and interrupting them and focusing on a bad belt and everything. And stuff. And, I just got a message real quick about it. And like I just said, I had a message real quick, but, do the fans have a right to complain? Yes, they do. Let's get this straight. If I paid my hard-earned money to go to a show, and I'm sure a lot of people spent a lot of money in Brooklyn this weekend through over 3 shows, NXT, SummerSlam, and Raw. So I have a right to chant whatever the fuck I like and whatever I want to say. I pay y'all this much money. It's not our fault that WWE wants to, fuck up on their own bullshit, and this is what they get. This is what happens when you give us a belt that all of them look the same. The WWE Championship, the women's title, and now this Universal title, they're all the same. There's no type of, creativity to it. And you can blame creative too. They're the ones you gotta blame them, because they didn't do shit. They should have just thought of a better title, not give us the same belt. They all look the same now. And you just look at it like it's like they didn't even try. So the fans had a right to complain. If they focused on the belt, doing chants for it, I'm sure it's gonna end on Botchamania. They have the right to. Like, you can't just tell fans to just, you need to shut up while these guys are wrestling and everything. I get Seth Rollins' frustration. I know Mick Foley had frustrations with it. And some people kind of go against Foley, because let's remember, before Foley even came back into WWE, Foley was already complaining about the product and not becoming a fan of it. But I guess when they've hired him back and, gave him a show with his daughter on there, that Holy Foley thing, and made him the GM, I guess now, he's on WWE's side. Let's kind of remember back before he even came here. And, they start giving his kids jobs. I think one of his kids on the creative team now or something. He was really criticizing the product. So the fans have a right to complain. They have a right to say what they want. They can chant, hijack the show for all I care. If the show sucks, then they got every right to do what they please, alright? I paid my money to come in your building. I should say what the fuck I like. It's a wrestling event, people. But it's like, you gotta look at it from both sides. But the fans have a right to say anything they like. But moving on with the Monday Night Raw review, Seth Rollins beat Sami Zayn, which was a pretty good match. I guess this is a tournament, since, they never announced it was a tournament, really, but it is. Kevin Owens went against Neville, which I didn't even know Neville was part of this now, but Owens beat Neville. Jericho was out there to help him. And it's supposed to be a fatal four-way match, I believe. They were setting it up for the Universal, or some people call it the Red Belt that no one cares about, almost like TNA's version, which I've stated before. New Day came out. They have held the WWE Tag Team Championships for over 1 year, for over 365 days. They've held it since last year in Brooklyn. We've been here for the good times and the bad times, but you fans have always been vocal about it. The Club came out once again, well, not in lab coats this time, but they said this sucks and everything. You guys are stupid. And he said, you guys say New Day Roxy and nothing, and Big E didn't really have a line for him for Kofi after that. But Big E went against Carl Anderson, was pretty much a squash match, really. Didn't go nowhere. The Dudleys allegedly were supposed to be saying goodbye tonight. I'm going to get to that. Titus O'Neil, my God, unfortunately cut a horrible promo out there, which was botch-tastic. Talking about the primetime players. They had the titles over a year ago. I'm still trying to remember what day. I just know the New Day's had them for a year. But what part of the year did y'all have it? I just remember y'all winning Money in the Bank or something. And he talked about Darren Young. And I guess he's supposed to be heel. I think he was face. I thought Darren Young was heel. And he talked about Bob Backlund and everything. Darren Young is nothing. And I guess, Backlund came out then. And when it just kept going, Backlund put him in the crossface chicken wing, but Titus O'Neil, he took him out, and then Young tried to help him, but Young got taken out also. And the fans just chanted for Heath Slater. We want Slater then. So that's how bad this segment, it was just a horrible segment. I don't know where this feud is going. I don't know how to make Darren Young great again. I still don't know why Bob Backlund is here. But it is. They asked Stephanie about with the Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon thing, and that Brock has crossed the line, and there will be repercussions. And I'm going to get into that in the SmackDown review after I saw that. Rusev went against Cass, Big Cass, and Cass pretty much, Colin Cassidy, pretty much said it was soft, and Rusev pretty much left since, he's taped up, and Cass won by count out. So, his ribs were hurt. Jericho and Owens, once again, I still think this is a great team with Jericho, making fun of Tom Phillips in the back. How great of a team we are. So I'm going to win the title. Charlotte came out with Dana Brooke, talking about I've held the title again, and that this is, she says Sasha exposed herself all cash, no all flash, no cash. I won my title at SummerSlam. There's no one else to face me in this division. And Mick Foley says there is. So I want to bring out the hottest free agent, as people were chanting her name anyways, Bayley. And Bayley finally made her Monday Night Raw debut. So yeah. So I got a message. Yeah. But like I said, so Bayley has made her Monday Night Raw debut. The crowd was super over with her, and people are, just doing the Bayley thing, saying you deserve it. It was hugger section. Everybody was chanting, "Hey, hey, we want some Bayley!" And when she went against Dana Brooke, pretty much Dana Brooke, because she mocked Charlotte, saying, "I'm coming for that WWE Women's Championship." And it was just great to see Bayley on here finally making her Raw debut, bringing up to the main roster, and fans were just chanting, "Hey, hey, Bayley! Hoo! Ha! I want to know if be my girl," and stuff. So I thought it was pretty, funny. It was funny, but it was always a cooler chant. She went against Dana Brooke. She beat Dana Brooke with the Bayley to belly. And, solid, just a great debut for Bayley, making it to the Monday Night Raw. And no better way to do it in Brooklyn. If Sasha's going to be gone for the next 30-something days without, injuries, with injuries and everything, I'm glad Bayley was here to make her Raw debut. And I guess, she's in and Sasha's out right now. Coming from the Cruiserweight Clash division, since, Raw's supposed to be getting the Cruiserweight, so we're going to be seeing Rich Swann, big fan of his since Ring of Honor. Noam Dar, Brian Kendrick, and TJ Perkins, other known as Manic or Suicide from TNA, will be coming to the WWE now on Raw. Braun Strowman went against Johnny Knockout, which, I just thought this line was gay as hell, but they said, why are you facing him? He says, because I like big, sweaty men. Which just sounded so odd and wrong in many ways, I thought. But Strowman squashed him. He took him out. The Dudleys came out, which they were saying goodbye. Last year we came to this venue and everything, and we came back. It's been a hell of a year and stuff, for over 20 years. And they talked about their feuds with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. And great, and if anybody thinks Matt Hardy is not over with this, Brother Nero and Broken Matt thing, well, fuck you, because this thing is over. When they said the Hardy Boys, the fans pretty much chanted, delete, 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 delete. So Matt Hardy is over right now in TNA, and this delete thing is getting everywhere. And it was just cool, just really cool to see, Matt make it this big now again, and just have fans in, WWE chanting delete. Because I know they're already doing the TNA, but come on, the Hardys right now, the greatest thing right now in TNA, in my opinion, and Bobby Lashley. But we're going to say the TNA review for later. But it was just cool, the fans just chant, delete, 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 delete. And, the Dudleys did this, so it's time to say goodbye and go on our own terms. And they pretty much chant, and Devon said, "Oh, testify." And everybody started testifying until the Shining Stars came out saying, like, Primo and Epico, oh, it's embarrassing. Well, at least you're leaving now, to go to Puerto Rico, get this, get that, except for the women. Until the Dudleys started beating them up. They hit a 3D on Epico, and they did the what's up, and they were about to get the tables. Everybody said 1, 2, 3, get the tables. Until the club came out and take the tables. And here's the thing now. The Dudleys, they really left. They actually did leave. I'm thinking a heel turn with, Devon. I think we're going to get Bully Ray. That's what I'm thinking. Even though it's odd than them saying we're leaving, goodbye, not saying retire or anything, but they never said anything about ECW or whatever. They just said WWE. And no Bully Ray, no heel turn, which I was really kind of hoping they were going to get Bully Ray. If it worked in TNA, let's see how it was going to work in WWE. But the next thing you know, update, they really left. So the Dudleys either just going to go back to the Indies or they can go back to TNA and get Bully Ray back. Or somewhere. Wherever the Dudleys will go, Team 3D. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see them back in TNA again and we get Bully Ray back, which I still think would be cool to see again. Both of them. You know, Bully and Devon. But they are gone from the WWE. So, I don't know. They're gone. I guess, you know, the club, I guess, is still going to be going against the New Day for the titles, I guess. And then pretty much after that, Roman Reigns went against Chris Jericho in the final spot, which the fans chanted, "You can't wrestle the Roman Reigns," and they destroyed Roman Reigns. They went into chanting, "Y2J, Y2J, stupid idiot." And the match was good. Even when Reigns did that drive-by kick, the fans still chanted, "You still suck. You still suck." And I don't know what he did. He cursed something with slapping Jericho, but Owens came out to help. And it's like, my God, Roman Reigns almost did like 6 Superman punches out there, getting that same position a lot, and just kicking out a cold breaker and got out. But Reigns took out Owens with the Superman punch. Jericho tried to roll him up, but Reigns hit the spear and won the match. So next week it will be a fatal 4-way for the Universal title. Kevin Owens versus Cass, which I don't believe is winning that title at all, versus Seth Rollins, which will probably go back to him, or Roman Reigns. Well, that punishment didn't last long. He's back at the top of the mountain again, folks. Roman didn't stay down that long unless Rusev comes out and interferes in some screwy finish last week. But next week will be a fatal 4-way for the Universal title. And Brooklyn, it's been a long 3 days for Brooklyn, so they've done their thing, and that's Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.